The following program contains language, images, and/or subject matter that may be objectionable to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for the New Media Zone. With your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And a chance to win free movie tickets with the poster pair game. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello and welcome to the New Media Zone. And Dave here, and Dave with you, along with special guest Jim this week. Sitting in, he was with us last week. We had a lot of fun. A lot of fun with the Super Bowl is over.
Yes, it is. Can you believe the one?
Shocking.
What a game.
Oh,
What a game.
Wow, that was spectacular that I didn't watch.
I watched all the movies we were talking about on Super Bowl day.
Oh, 2-minute warning?
2-minute warning.
You need to see Heaven Can Wait. Really.
Yeah.
You do really need. Do you have it in your collection?
I think I do on DVD. I didn't get the Blu-ray.
Oh.
It's probably over there in DVD.
It's a fine romance with Bad Hairstyle by Julie Christie.
Oh, no.
And at the very end, she just goes, "You're the quarterback."
I just remember the trailer, and there was that flute or whatever it was.
Clarinet.
Do, do, do,
Yep.
do, do,
Joe,
do.
you never could play that thing.
Jack Warden.
Jack Warden, that's
That was
it. From a show ago.
From the last show.
Mhm.
Well, we're
There we
here
go.
we can go. Wearing the same clothes.
That's it, Jack Warden. Yep.
Tonight,
That's funny.
tonight we will be looking at The Lodge and Birds of Prey.
Ooh.
The Harley Quinn. Let's see if
Ooh.
DC does any better. A lot of bombs over there at DC.
But they never give up.
They don't
It
give up.
seems like that's all we get these days are superhero, supervillain films.
And, well, Joker did well, very well. And that was DC, but that was kind of an odd film.
Right. That could have been a film that a standalone has nothing to do with any superhero, though,
Mm-hmm.
when you think about it, because it's basically a guy that just goes nutty and decides to kill people.
Yeah. Let's see. We're going to be looking at the Oscar nominations later on.
Are we making our predictions?
Yeah, we'll make predictions.
Oh.
We'll see if we've seen any first,
Well-
and then we'll make predictions.
All right.
That's what we'll be doing.
I can go on
there.
record right now to say I have not seen any of them.
What did you see last year? Which film?
Did I see one?
I'll say film, but I don't even think you made it to one.
I don't remember what I had for dinner yesterday, and you're expecting me to know what I predicted or what film I saw last
You
year?
Saw
did?
Bohemian Rhapsody, right?
But that was long after.
But that
The
was up.
Oscars.
That was up, I think.
I
I
know.
think it was up for Best Picture, I know.
Why
I
didn't
know it
Rami
won-
win?
Yeah, I think it won for Best Actor.
I think that was at the end of 19.
I couldn't
18?
watch it. I couldn't watch it with those teeth. I can't. I couldn't watch it.
We didn't get you out of the house to see Godzilla. Only if there's a giant ape. You won't go to see.
I
Godzilla.
generally go for the giant apes. Yeah. Which, by the way, on Pluto TV,
Oh, we got to find out.
the 1976 King Kong has been playing.
Oh.
Ah.
And I always, my favorite scene,
The cut from Rick Baker to the giant life-size Kong, which all he could do was drop his wrist.
it was he was holding like the cage that he was supposed around him, and we ripped it open, and he's very animated ripping it open, and then the long shot, it's virtually slow motion of him going.
Thank God for the John
Dropping.
Barry music. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
And they made such a big deal about we're building an actual life-size giant ape that they used for 8 seconds, if that. But anyway, I digress.
And the great name that they used for Jessica Lange's character,
Dwan.
Juan.
It's Dawn, but the W's first.
Mhm.
Dwan.
I actually like that version.
It's not bad. I think it's better than it originally was portrayed or reviewed. I think it's actually a little bit better. I think Grodin's a little over the top in that movie. You know, whatever. I sent him with Petrox.
Nice. Wow.
Petrox.
Pulled that one out of your back pocket.
I did not. I only pulled it out of my back pocket because I recently saw it on Pluto TV.
Is it in 3D?
No.
This shot will be though as we cut, and I'll probably put a Pluto
In Petrox. All right. Anyway, we got movies to do, and then we got to
Remember when he was introducing up on the stand? The Kong was behind the giant gas thing.
Yes.
And he was doing some speech. The mighty Petrox.
No, he says something.
Superpower.
He's going on, we present Kong, and then under his breath he goes, and Petrox.
Yeah.
And then he gets stepped on.
We got to do a whole show on 1976 King Kong.
Let's do
We
it.
could, because he jumps on the Twin Towers.
Yes.
The ending's going back, jumps from one tower to the other. Anyway.
There was a comedian that did a bit on comparing the 1930s King Kong versus the 1976 version, and saying that this is back in the 70s, doing a lot of drug humor, of course, back then, and talking how the 30s one came across like he was on speed because he was shaking, and then the 70s one looked like he was on Quaaludes because you go.
Well, here's how I mentioned the 30s Kong was, you know, the stop motion, one click of film at a time. They would turn the model a little bit because it was like a 16-inch model, something like that.
Right.
Move his finger more.
They
We
turn
don't
it
have
just
time, darling.
But the reason why, if you look at it, he's always kind of, even when it's kind of still, the fur is like moving like crazy. It's from the fingers where they would hold it, and the finger imprints would go on the fur. They'd turn his head a little, and you'd see these finger imprints on the fur on the body. Then they would hold it again and turn his head, and you'd see the imprints move. So that's why the fur is always going.
Up there. So like this. Okay.
What's going on?
I'll bet first.
There you go.
Who's doing the Lodge? Now,
I'm doing the Lodge.
this is a Hammer film.
Hammer time.
And we may have done this last year because it was pushed off. But
Is
we're
it
gonna-
like Hammers in the Guy, the rap guy? or
Oh,
no?
Hammer Films from the fine 60s doing all those fine babylicious horror films.
I knew that. Well, okay, The Lodge stars Riley Keough, Richard Armitage, and Alicia Silverstone. Thought she wasn't alive anymore. And a bone-chilling nightmare from the directors of Good Night, Mommy. And The Lodge follows a family who retreat to their remote winter cabin over the holiday. When the father is forced to abruptly depart for work, how convenient, he leaves his children, Aiden and Mia, in the care of his new girlfriend, Grace. I'm going to bet Grace is Alicia Silverstone. Probably. Isolated and alone, a blizzard traps them inside the lodge as terrifying events summon specters from Grace's dark past. So the mentally ill, the suffering woman is going to apparently slaughter the whole family.
There you go.
It's rated R for disturbing violence, some bloody images, language, are they bloody language? And brief nudity. Hello! L'chaim.
Don't see a lot of nudity these days.
No.
You don't suppose it's...
Unless you're
Alicia.
watching Pluto TV with candy-striped nurses.
Well, those are from the 70s.
Remember King Kong,
I don't care.
King Kong does this to
Yes.
Jessica?
Yes. That's right. Yeah, and they're natural, Ed.
Oh, yeah. in the
Very natural
70s.
and beautiful.
Oh, that reminds me of...
She's now, what, 75 years old? Hello!
Yeah. Anybody who's seen American Horror Story, Dwan is long gone.
Oh, yes. Producer Jim had a thing for her.
Jessica
Yes,
Lange?
he did. He
Really?
always used to say she was he thought
I
she
thought
was
that
a,
was Bette Midler.
well, it was Grace Jones, too,
Jones.
and Annie Lennox.
What?
The chicks with the short hair.
I don't remember Jessica Lange.
Yeah, he
being
did,
in
but
there.
he also said he thought she was a great actress as well,
Hmm.
which no one would have predicted based off her original Dwan appearance.
Stephen Still's named in the credit.
This is not to be confused with The Lodger, the fine 1927 silent film about Jack the Ripper.
I saw the first half hour of that, Alfred Hitchcock. Silence Sunday nights.
Silent Sunday on TCM.
TCM.
I always watch my silent films on Sunday nights. Which reminds me, I recently saw a documentary on Buster Keaton, one of my favorites. Not on Pluto TV,
No.
but on a different channel. I think it was Netflix or something like that. No, YouTube, actually. It was YouTube. I looked up Buster Keaton and watched a documentary on him, Harold Lloyd, and Charlie Chaplin.
And a whole afternoon was gone. When you
I was a night, Ed.
Night was
A night.
gone.
I did it on. I did it like a like the 2-minute warning movie over multiple nights.
Oh, shit.
I did Buster Keaton one night, Harold Lloyd another night, Charlie Chaplin the last night. Not a fan of the Chaplin as much as the other two, but had to throw him in there. But there you go. Anyway, second movie, Birds of Prey.
Oh, I hope it's a good one.
And the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn, starring Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Huntress, Journée Smollet-Bell as Black Canary, Rosie Perez as Renee Montoya. My name is Renee Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. You ever heard the one about the cop, the songbird, and the psycho, and the mafia princess? Birds of Prey, and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn, is a... Oh, sorry. It moved to a different page. A twisted tale told by Harley herself, as only Harley can tell it. When Gotham's most nefariously narcissistic villain, Roman Sionis, and his zealous right hand, Zsa
Zsa Gabor?
It looks like that. It just doesn't missing the last A. Put a target on a young girl named Cass. The city is turned upside down looking for her. Harley, Huntress, Black Canary, and Renee Montoya's paths collide. And the unlikely foursome have no choice but to team up to take Roman down. God, see what happens when you do the Toy Day show? You end up a victim. What? Rated R, Roman.
Yes.
Rated R for strong violence and language throughout and some sexual and drug material. There you go.
Oh, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
I don't know who she is. Is that?
Did you see the most recent season of Fargo? Not season 4.
I have
season 3.
seen no Fargos ever.
Or the movie, even.
I've seen the movie.
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
She played Bruce Willis's daughter in the 4th Die Hard movie. I don't know if that helps.
No, I don't think I saw that.
There, any second. There she is. Oh, okay.
Guess not. We're seeing stills. I don't know. These films just, I just don't like them.
That Suicide Squad made a fair amount of dough, and that was horrible. It got bad reviews.
Right. Yeah, I do recall that. That was recently on like my regular cable there, and I didn't watch it.
I think the last one I saw was that Batman movie with the guy with the
Bane.
I mean, now he speaks with that accent. So the
Tom Hardy.
And then he shows up in the movie Dunkirk, and he's a pilot. So
and then he was in Venom, and then he had the Venom mask.
Which reminds me, Catch-22 on Hulu, very good series.
Huh.
Okay.
You should check it out.
Based on the film, right? I guess, or the book.
I never saw the film or read the book, but very good. First season, excellent. Moving along.
Well, let's see what's out. New releases this week. Doctor Sleep.
So that's the Shining thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sequel?
I was going to go see it, but it got bad reviews, and I think it was 2+ hours. And I said, I'll wait.
My favorite line from The Shining is when Scatman Crothers goes, "It's like when your mother burns toast." Toast. And he whistles. Just look for that the next time you see it.
Is that from
When
the
your mother
Choppers?
burns toast. Get the snow cat. How awful is Shelley Duvall? Oh my God.
She was very good in Shining Time Station.
Let's see.
Oh. Really? I'm sorry, Shelley Duvall.
Oh, the burnt toast. That's what The Shining was like, right? Also, they say when you're having a stroke, right? You smell the burnt toast.
Then you get an axe to the forehead, similar. Or, oh my God, Scatman Crothers has arrived in the snowcat. He's here to save the day. 2 seconds later, axe in the forehead. Or was it chest?
I think it was chest. I think he got a good shot in the chest there.
Yeah. I guess he lived in the book, but they wiped him right out in 2 seconds.
And his dentures.
have to watch it. I watch that all the time, but I don't think I picked up on the adventure.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
That's enough.
A new rom-com classic. Says who?
You can tell. Look at how she's rolling. She's going, oh, you silly guy, you. Oh.
That's the Khaleesi.
It's not a Hallmark movie, so I will not see it. I will only watch my Hallmark Christmas movies.
It's very similar to that, and it's almost exactly like a Hallmark Christmas movie. But it's based on the songs of, who's he with?
Wham guy.
Really? The Wham, yeah. All his songs are featured.
Wow.
Nice.
Didn't do all that well.
Amelia Clark.
The fate.
They really pushed that sucker, too.
She left her clothes on in this one. Rabid. This looks good.
This is a remake of the David Cronenberg film from the 70s. And actually got good reviews.
Oh.
And I'm thinking it's on Netflix or somewhere.
Ooh. Mark it down for me. I'll check it out.
Check that out.
I'm going to check out Rabid.
After Pluto, which we're gonna
Pluto TV.
Oh,
you go? No,
Stop
you
it
can't do that. Is this Candy Stripe Nurses? No. Don't hurt yourself, Jim.
Just remember, this is not what the viewers are seeing.
Is that Stevie Nicks?
Wait a minute. The camera's blocking that. Oh, my God.
1 point south, 1 point west.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I love best.
They were weird looking. The one on the left.
Is that a shadow or is there an inversion going on there? Like a snap thing, like when you snap things together with one snap into the other?
I think I can crop that so I can let the viewers see what
They're still very.
Does that one look like young Stevie Nicks?
Yes.
You see a gypsy.
The other one looks like Meg Ryan.
Fraternity Vacation, one of those 80s.
No, she doesn't.
That is Barbara Crampton on the right. That's the one who in the Reanimator. With the head
really?
scene.
Oh, okay.
And the other one was in a, I think.
How can you say one when you're looking at that? I can't think of anything but two.
By the way, I recently saw Beyond Reanimator on Pluto TV.
I think that was a made-for-cable film.
Beyond Reanimator?
Yeah, I don't think it was that bad, was
No, it wasn't.
And I do have to say, this studio was a little bit nippy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. Fraternity Vacation. Is that on Netflix? I got to check that one out.
Yeah.
Maybe it's on Pluto.
Mr. Skin gives it the thumbs up there, or
Nipsey Russell
or whatever.
Nipsey Russell. He probably have a nice little limerick for them.
Fraternity Vacation.
Wow.
What?
Now we have the original Halloween and the most recent one, also called Halloween.
What do you think about that second one?
The new one that just came out, I actually saw that.
Yeah.
And it was okay.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, there really is no plot to these movies. I mean, there's a little basis because they have history, but there's not much to it. But the most recent one was not awful. Let's put it that way. That's my ringing.
It's hard to live up to the original, I think. I mean, I'm a huge fan of that original.
Dun.
Well, there's two more coming. One this year and one next year.
Oh,
God.
Do we have
There
time?
we go.
We might not have time for the games today.
We got 5 or so minutes. Let's see.
Okay.
The
You're gonna-
Oscars.
You're going to do your Oscars. This is where I will be silent.
Actress in a supporting role, Kathy Bates. I'll read the names, and if you want to know what the film is. Kathy Bates, Laura Dern, Scarlett Johansson, Florence Pugh, and Margot Robbie.
Well, we'll touch on it later because it's going to come up in a different category. Go ahead.
What's that?
I'm reading the
Scarlett
Richard Jewell
Johansson?
book right now. That's a very interesting story.
I think she won something, an award already.
I know that movie didn't do well, though.
And they're saying, well, Laura Dern was good in The Marriage Story. So we're not sure on that one. Should we go ahead?
Oh, we're going to pick?
Who would you pick?
I'm gonna go with. I think the sentiment is probably with Laura Dern. I have not seen it yet, but I think that's what the sentiment is.
Okay.
I'll say it will not be Margot Robbie because she makes crappy Suicide Squad films.
Didn't you like Laura Dern when the masked kid was feeling her face?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was one of her first movies.
That was, what's his name? Was
This
that
is the
Eric?
color white. This is clouds. Remember, he handed her some cotton.
Eric
There's clouds.
Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz, later of Fly 2.
And who screwed up Back to the Future.
Reshoots. This is the actor in a supporting role, Tom Hanks, Mr. Rogers, Anthony Hopkins, the two popes, Al Pacino, the Irishman, Joe Pesci, the Irishman, Brad Pitt, Once Upon a Time. He's been winning a lot of things.
Yeah, that does seem to be the way it's...
The Irishman cancels each other out.
Is that what it does?
That's what
Probably,
usually
yeah.
happens.
Anthony Hopkins was very good. Tom Hanks is always, amazing. But
Brad Pitt, I think.
it's funny because we just watched that movie. And
Which one?
Was there anything that really that special about the Once Upon a Time?
Oh.
The Brad Pitt role in that. He's very good, but it's like it doesn't like leap off for me. It didn't leap off and say, "Wow, that was really an amazing job he did."
Is he a supporting actor, or they just threw him in
know,
that category because they put the other
He's
one?
almost the main character. He and Leo DiCaprio, I would say, pretty much share a screen time. But anyway,
Leo is in the actor category. Antonio Banderas. He can't win. He can't understand him half the time.
Antonio Banderas.
Adam Driver
Puss in Boots.
and The Things. Marriage Story. Right. He was good in that. But the Joker, I think, right? That's...
Joaquin.
I've yet to see it. Well, he won the Golden Globe and made a goof of himself in his speech. Jonathan Pryce was excellent in The Two Popes. Amazing that they found. I mean, he looks just like Francis.
Is that on one of the Netflix?
Netflix.
That's the
Most of these movies are in Netflix.
Are they? Okay.
Actress in the leading role is Cynthia Erivo, Harriet.
I've not seen it.
Scarlett Johansson, Marriage Story. She was good.
Oh, your favorite now.
Sarah Ronan.
Sarah Irish Ronan.
Little Women. I can't. There's too many of those movies. We run over them all. I can't win for that again. Renee Zellweger. She's getting a big buzz with Judy.
Yeah, probably.
And Shelley Theron.
Playing Bethlehem School's own Megyn Kelly.
Right. I don't know. Should Scarlett get one of these?
I'd say she's still too young.
Too young? Maybe the supporting one we give her?
Really a small... her role was pretty small in Jojo Rabbit, too. So
I'm going to skip director. We're going to go to Best Picture here.
Okay.
Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women. Again, nothing for that. That's been up before. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Marriage Story, Parasite, and 1917.
So basically every film gets nominated these days. I know they expanded from 4 or whatever it was to 10. That's just insane. I think that's too many. But they don't want to snub somebody, and I'm going to get all of that. They were snubbed.
What do we give, The Irishman or Once Upon a Time?
I'm going with 1917.
I got to tell you, I really, really like Jojo Rabbit. It's funny, it's dark,
That's
weird.
a Holocaust type, right? Does it take place during that time?
Hitler is the imaginary friend of this boy.
Okay.
It's really, if you can make it funny, I mean, it really was so well done. Sam Rockwell's got a small part in it. The little boy in it, the star, whose name escapes me at the moment, really does an excellent job. And it's very moving. It's very funny. It's well worth checking out. And Parasite was...
what is that about?
That's the Korean movie. It's kind of
Is it a horror movie or not really?
Do I have to read the TV?
Yes. It's it's kind of a movie about class, but it's funny. It's very, very. It has a real dark twist in it, which I just ruined for everybody.
And it's moving.
But yeah.
How come you've seen, and you're not on the show weekly, but how come you've seen more films than we have?
Well, we'd like to see the Oscar nominees.
Do you go?
We try to plot them out ahead of time and figure out what might be nominated. It's a sad, lonely existence.
Do you go out to the films, or these are all
a little of both?
on?
A little of both.
Yeah.
We I think we have 3 more to see that are in the movies right now. Although Marriage Story, I can't seem to find out right now. But
That's on
That's
Netflix.
on Netflix.
Oh, for the love of Jesus, you kids and your Netflix.
Although Regal is doing a pass. I don't know if you need the whole pass for all the films. Maybe you do. But they are bringing those back to the theater. I don't know if you can sneak in.
We usually go see the shorts too. Then they'll put them out in like an hour-and-a-half block. You can go see the nominated live-action shorts and the animated shorts down at the Spectrum. Usually every year.
Wow.
We bring our New Yorker to the Spectrum and we go see the movie there.
Oh,
The
is
film.
it- where did we see The Thief, the Wife, the Cook, and the Lover?
That was at the Spectrum. Only because it was the first
We get our free
NC-17.
trade coffee and we go down there and buy our organic pie slice.
Wow.
Dave,
Aren't you people? Oh, you shake. Aren't you people special?
shake, pull, yank. That's or
You're-
turn.
Yeah.
And I'll turn.
You're
I will
turning.
cup it and turn it.
Oh, wow. Wow.
This is our game for a chance to win free movie
This is the
tickets.
poster pairs game where you have sent in 2 numbers from 1 to 6. We select your entry, reveal what's behind the numbers. If they match, you win 2 free movie passes. If you're ready to spin the wheel after winning those 2 free movie passes, you can win up to 6 tickets. And you've sent your email to mediazone95@gmail.com, but we'll get into that later. Anyway, here we go. Pamela Barra Harder, 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Let's see.
And she also wrote spin the wheel in case she wins. We
What's
should have
behind
our
number
poppers.
2?
We should have our poppers ready. 2.
That would be Psycho 3.5. What's behind number 3? I'm gonna have to stand up and see. Pardon me. Pardon me. Could be. Damn you all to hell!
I even got the wheel out, but these are. You were wondering last time,
Yes.
Dave. There's no 5 on there.
There's no 5.
No, 1, 6. Some zeros you could lose.
Uh-oh.
But,
What's behind? Let's make sure we have them.
Oh,
It's
okay.
legit. That we
Okay.
weren't lying to our
And here's the remainder. of
loyal
the
fan base.
boxes.
TCM did have on the Planet of the Apes and Beneath the other week. I did watch
Oh, did
both
you?
of them.
Now, let me quickly say, mediazone95@gmail.com if you want to enter 2 numbers from 1 to 6. Mediazone95@gmail.com. Send in your entries. Now, here's what I can do this in 30 seconds.
Hurry!
Pluto TV, Ed.
Okay.
If you have a Roku,
Okay.
you can download this channel or this network, along with any other myriad of things, Netflix, Hulu.
This isn't a semi-questionable operation. No.
No.
Okay.
So, you can download, documentary channels, horror film channels, specific channels, all that stuff. This is a thing called Pluto TV. You download it, you activate it on your device. You're on the device. You activate it, and then you'll have hundreds of channels. They have like 10 Comedy Central channels. They show, all their Tosh.0 and all these different Comedy Central shows. They'll have a whole set of movies, movie channels, one specifically just for horror films, action films, indie films, all that stuff. So that's where you get all these films. Pluto TV.
We'll have to look into that.
Get it on your Roku. I highly recommend it. It's very dark and moving. What other words did you use? Touching. Well, that goes with moving, doesn't it?
Sweet and sentimental.
Now, I want to thank Jim again
I've missed you.
for stopping down. Now, next show, Jim said he will be here.
He has to be here for that.
Yes, because we are showing the clip from 1986.
Oh, boy.
Was screen scenes then.
Oh, no.
It was a May show, and it was one of our cliffhangers. And
Boy. What the
we're going to see, what was it, 34 years?
Yes,
Somebody did the
34
math.
years.
I have no idea what we're in for.
You're in for a treat.
You're in for a tweet.
We will see
New
you
Media
next
Zone has been a Cable 2000 production.